Oh no. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening, everyone. Chris, Brittany, Trinity, Camila. Hello to everybody. As always, we are so thankful that you have given us a part of your evening, and we're not going to be with you long. You know, we get on and we get off. So while we are giving people just a few seconds to log on, if you don't mind, we appreciate it if you would invite somebody, or if you would go ahead and share the video. Trinity, if you like to call after this is over, we'll be happy to talk with you. The number is right down below, 864-663-6333. All right. Tonight, we are on this journey of changing the way we think so we can change the way we live. We want to talk tonight about a fight to the finish. We all go through things. That's just life. But with God, it's important to understand it's not how you start, but it's how you finish. Many have started this race, and they've started it with good intentions and the promise and intentions, but sometimes they fail to make it to the finish line. Ecclesiastes 7 and 8 says, better is the end of a thing than the beginning thereof. So with this journey, it's not how you start it, but it's how you finish it. Uh, I don't know if you remember the story from our younger days of the tortoise and the hare. The hare had all this gusto and this energy and confidence that he was going to win because he was certainly more faster and agile than the tortoise. But the tortoise started out slow and steady, and he just kept going and kept going and kept going, and he persevered, and we know in the end that he won. But many times people will start this journey, but they fail to consider that uh, there are going to be some challenges with this journey. There are going to be it's a hard race to run if you're running it by yourself. But as soon as the challenges come and the going, as they say, gets tough, they quit. That's one of the easiest things in life to do, is to quit. Hey, Willa, Lois, Janice, good evening. That's one of the easiest things in life to do, is to quit. We all gonna hit tough spots when we start this journey. There's some things that we must do in order to persevere. When we start out with gusto, we have to realize that some changes are gonna have to be made. Some habits. Okay, Brittany. Some habits are going to have to be left behind. You're going to lose some family, and you're going to lose some friends. You're going to be talked about even more now than ever. You're going to have to change your lifestyle. In other words, you remember the saying, the things I used to do, I don't do no more. The places I used to go, I don't go no more. So running this race requires us to make some changes in our life. That's part of the journey. That's part of the race. But let me encourage you, just because you fail, that doesn't make you a failure. You only become a failure when you quit. And that's what the devil is banking on. That's what he wants you to do. So I encourage you to continue. See, the key to manifestation is continuance. If you want to see something come into fruition, you've got to keep going to the end of the thing. You can't keep starting and stopping if you want to see the promises show up in your life. You've got to fight to the finish. You've got to have the attitude of Paul. 2 Timothy 4:7 says, I have fought the good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. First of all, what did Paul say he did? He said he fought. There is a battle that we've all got to fight. But it's important that we understand the nature of the fight. Ephesians 6:12 tells us we wrestle not against flesh and blood. See, oftentimes the battle starts in our mind, and that's right where we're talking about. We've got to change the way we think in order to change the way we live. We got to change the way we think in order to run this race successfully. Successfully. Second thing he said, he finished his course. Stay on your course. Maintain your focus. Hebrew 12:1-3 says, lay aside every weight. In other words, you got to put off everything and anything that will pull you off course. You've got to look to Jesus, the author and the finisher of your faith. What does it mean to lay aside every weight? Go back to what we said in the beginning. You're going to lose some folks. You're going to be talked about. You're going to have to change some habits. You've got to lay aside everything that is going to pull you out of the will of God. Lay aside everything that is going to cause you to stumble and fail on this race. You've got to keep looking to where your help comes from. Don't get tired in doing the right thing. Maintain your course so you can finish the race. The third thing he did, he said he kept the faith. The devil wants your faith. If he can get you to stumble in your faith, he's got you. He wants you to stop believing. He wants you to stop confessing. He wants you to stop pressing toward the mark. Hebrews 11:6 says, without faith, it's impossible to please God. See, faith qualifies you for the promise. Obedience secures it. But if we're going to finish well, we can't do it without the grace of God. And to finish well, we must realize that we will struggle with sin. That's why Romans 7:14 reminds us to put on the whole armor of God. You've got to cover yourself from head to toe. You've got to run this race and be dressed for battle on this journey. You must endure hard times. He tells us many are the afflictions. But if you can maintain your focus, if you can stay on course, it tells you that all things work together for the good of them that love the Lord. You've got to understand whatever you're going through is part of the race. Whatever you're going through is par for the course. But maintain your focus. Maintain your focus. Never lose sight of the prize, for there is a crown of life. You've got to be ready to make some sacrifices. Matthew 16:24 says, let him deny himself. In other words, Jesus told them, if you're going to follow me, you got to deny yourself. There's some things we said it. Now this is the third time. Some things you're going to have to give up. Some people you're going to have to let go of. But you got to pray and put your trust in God to finish strong. It's not how you start a thing, but it's how you finish a thing. If you got any do-it-yourselfers, restoring furniture, that thing, you look at a piece of furniture and it looks old and beat up and worn. What you look at is not how it's going to end up when you finish it. When you start restoring and taking off of the old paint and stripping it down and getting down to the bareness of it, and then you start restoring it, putting on a fresh coat of paint and all of these things, and it will start to look like a different thing than it did before. That's the way God works with us. He has to strip us down. Strip us down. Get all of the old stuff off of us. Sand out the rough spots. Get all the old layers of stuff that has been built up over our life. Once he strips us down and he starts to restore us, and we talked about restoration a few weeks ago, but once he starts to restore us, once he get all the rough stuff off of us and he puts on a new set of garments on us, we start to look different than when we started. It's not how you start this thing, it's how you finish this thing. So you've got to maintain your focus. You've got to maintain this course. The way you maintain is renew your mind. Change the way you think so you can change the way you live. Change the way you think so you can run this race and run this race successfully. Don't allow the devil to get you off track. Don't allow the devil to get in your mind. Don't allow the devil to tell you you can't run this race. You can't finish it. It's too hard. It's not going to work for you. Don't allow the devil that much credit in your life. His word tells us with Christ, all things are possible. So it is possible, very possible, to run this race and run a successful race. But you've got to maintain your focus. You've got to keep pressing toward the mark. Remember, you're not a failure until you quit. So don't quit. Don't quit. I don't care how you started this race. You may have started it in sin. We all are. We all are still in sin, but you may have started it as a drug addict. You may have started it as an adulterer. You may have started it as a liar, whatever. But the creature that you are now, the person that God has restored you to, it's how you finish this thing. You don't look like what you did when you started. You shouldn't act like you did when you started. You shouldn't talk like you did when you started. That's right, Willow. We can't allow the devil to distract us. We all ought to be able to look back over our lives and see the change, to see the progress, to see how we started and where we're at now. I can't speak for nobody else on here, but I can go back and look at my life. I can go back and look at some things, and I'm like, Lord, that's where that's where I was, and that's where you brought me from. But look at where I am now. Look at where I'm going now. It's not how you start this thing, but it's how you finish this thing. So we want you to maintain your focus, stay on course. Don't allow the devil to distract you. Don't allow the devil to pull you out of the race. You stay on course and you finish this thing and you finish strong. It's in your DNA to be a winner. It's in your DNA not to be a quitter. So we're declaring tonight that we are not quitters, we are winners. We're going to be like the tortoise. Slow and steady is the race. His word says the race is not given to the swift nor the strong, but to those that endure to the end. We want you to endure to the end. It's not how fast you run. It's not how agile you can be, how high you can jump. None of that. It's endurance that will win this race. So we want you to endure. We want you to keep running. Slow and steady is the race. Maintain your focus. We want to thank each of you again tonight for giving us a little bit of your evening. Like I said, we don't come to stay on long. That's right, Hannah. Maintain your focus. Tola, yes, we are winners. Willa, we are winners. That's right. Don't quit, Camilla. It's in your DNA. Willa, we can't allow the devil to distract us. That's right. That's right. That's right. If you have questions, that's right, Chris. You have to stay prepared for the battle. And that's a good point. You can't wake up today and say, I'll get dressed tomorrow to go to work. If you got to go to work today, what you do? You put on your clothes today and you go to work today. But just like you put on your clothes every day, you've got to put on the whole armor of God every single day, every single time. It's a garment that you ought not take off. It's one of those garments that you just ought to sleep in. Because the devil looks for weak spots and weak moments. That weak moment right before we close our eyes. That weak moment might be right before we wake up. So if we lay down with the whole armor of God, if we dress with the whole armor of God, we are already prepared for the battle. We're already prepared for the fight. And this is a fight that we are going to finish. That's right, Chris. That's right. That's right. If you want to call after this is over, the number is down below, 864-663-6333. And we will be happy to talk with you, pray with you. But remember, I just want you to remember, I want you to be encouraged that you are not a failure. Don't quit. Maintain your focus. Keep running the race. It's not how you start. It's how you finish. And we want you to finish strong. As always, thank you again for giving us a little bit of your evening. If you want to listen to some great gospel music, you can head over to faithexpressions.net. It's 24/7 gospel. If you have a business or your church ministry or yourself wants to sponsor a spot on the station, you can do that. We also have a show running in Alabama. We have one running in Minnesota. So if you have businesses in those areas, you can get your business advertised on the show and we'll plug it in and get you that advertising. You can contact us at the same number and we'll tell you how you can do that. Coming up, we got Mother's Day coming up. Janice, thank you. Thank you. I am feeling better. I am healing. Do have a little swelling going on. Thank you, Hannah. Same to you. Do have a little swelling going on in my leg, but they took out half of the staple, praise God, and hopefully we'll get the other half taken out on Wednesday. So we'll see how that goes. But we are steady making progress. Don't forget, if you want to contact us, Ontario, Canada is in the house. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I saw India. I can't talk today. Indianapolis was here. I know Sweet Orange, Texas is in the house. Let's see if I can see where everybody else is from. Where are you from? Put it in the comments where you're from. We want to acknowledge you. We always want to take the time to acknowledge people when we can, because you don't have to be here. You don't have to be on this live. But we are so grateful for each and every one of you. Let's see. So if you'll put in the comments where you're from, we're going to give you a shout out. If not, we're going to leave you for tonight. Ohio, Mississippi. Trinity is from Mississippi. Chris is from Ohio. I know Camila is from Sweet Orange, Texas. She did say she was in the grocery store, and that's another thing. We just appreciate you. If you're taking time, you're in the grocery store, you're riding along, and you're listening, we appreciate that. We really, really do. We're going to get off for tonight. Hopefully, we'll see you on tomorrow night. Don't forget, spread the word. Facebook about us, Instagram us, tweet us. You can find us on all those social medias. And you might want to follow us, because everything we post on Instagram, we don't post on Facebook. So you'll see some different stuff over there. We have the group Strengthen Our Sisters, which is for ladies. You're welcome to join that. There's a link at the top of the page. Again, you'll find things over there that we don't post on this page. So follow us on all social media. Make sure that you invite somebody next time and share the video. If you want to be a blessing to this ministry, you can do so. You can sow a seed, and you can inbox us a message, and we'll tell you how to do that. In the meantime, as you go out in the morning, be blessed, be great. Baton Rouge, thank you. Be blessed, be great. It's in your DNA. On the other side of every problem you have is a promise. Every promise in the book is ours. You just got to endure. Remember to maintain your focus, maintain your lane, and make sure you finish this race and finish strong. It's not how you start, but it's how you finish. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you on tomorrow. Bye.